Yo, what is up, my Shadow Army? So, I Shadow Critias back again with a MHA OC Kage Tatsuma whatever video. So, yesterday, I'll give you guys the second and final part of this series of what if Mr. Arachnid was Kage Tatsuma's father instead. And before I continue on, there's some things that I need to clarify because I kind of fucked up for Mr. Arachnid of who he is. So there's two things I want to address, and the third one that I want to show you guys something real quick. Um, when I mentioned about the Arbiter, I was wrong about the eye color change. Instead of blue from blue turning to red, when he turns to the Arbiter, his eyes change from blue to green, not red. That was on me. And I said his name wrong. His name is Israel Hardy, not Reiko Hardy. That's wrong. So his name is Israel Hardy. That's his actual name. And here's of his percent. He's a cosmic entity, basically 50% of a human and 25% of Quarian. So basically, the most highest race is a cosmic entity. So basically, if we give Kage the similar percent of um of his bloodline, he will have the same percent like Jack Hardy. Jack Hardy, the actual son for Mr. Arachnid. Long story short, in the original version, Mr. Arachnid ended up with Mirko, and they had a son named Jack Hardy. So basically, if Kage was the first son, and he and Mr. Arachnid married Ryuku instead, Kage will have this percent. He will be 70% as a human, 15% and Quarian. So basically 15-15 of two different races, but 70% as a human. Just like his elderly, older dead sister. So I just want to show you guys this so you guys could understand. So basically Kage will be the similar percent of Jack Hardy, the child of Mirko, and Mr. Arachnid's first child, Jessica. So yeah, I just want to clear that up too, because I remember, and it's hard to remember every single thing. So I want to clear that out of the way because I was completely wrong and that was my fault. So I just want to clear that up for Mr. Arachnid, you know, about his race, his eye color, and his name to be clarified, because my memory, like I said, my memory is not good to memorize 212th character of Mr. Arachnid, so that is my bad. So I just want to clear that up before we get into where we last left off. And basically, we're gonna cover the rest of the season, since the last part we covered basically gave the origin of Mr. Arachnid and Ryuku and the childhood for Kage through season 4. We covered that. Again, if you have not seen the last previous part, go check that out. A lot basically has changed because Kage decided to get taken for saving Bakugo, and All for One is dead because he got his ass whooped by All Might and Mr. Arachnid as a team. And All Might didn't lose his quirk, so he didn't go all out. So basically, he didn't go all out like the original. It just like happened way earlier in the fight when both All Might and Mr. Arachnid arrived. So All Might is still the number one hero, still the symbol of peace. And Deku is a UA trader trying to do the right thing to get the cops or the pro heroes, but he was but he was trapped because he was threatened. Like if he ever encounters Mr. Arachnid or All Might, they will kill him and his mother, but mostly his mother. So he was trapped. He didn't know what to do. So since All for One is dead, Deku is free. So yeah, that's basically what happened. And yeah. Um and Kage is the successor of One for All, since he is quirkless, but he does have some power that he has from his father, since his father is quirkless, but he does have cosmic powers. So yeah, because cosmic powers is like, if I had to say, it's like a godlike energy, like god powers or something like that, so to speak, but more superior than Quark's itself, so to speak. I don't know. That's basically what I'm thinking. So basically, like godlike energy, godlike powers, so to speak, but stronger than All Might. So yeah, I just want to clear that up. So we'll be covering the rest, season 5, 6, and 7, because that's basically the only season that we're gonna cover. So, without the way, let's just go ahead and dive into it. So we start off where both Ryuku and Miss Arachnid are just have their time together in their lovely home as a lovely couple. They're just relaxing and enjoying their company, and basically it felt kind of how it was before, well, they had their son, but at the same time it felt it's not the same that their son, not come home from school or from anything. The fact that Kage and the rest of his classmates are living in the dorm, basically living their own, so to speak. Everything was going good until a unknown portal opened right behind them as both Mr. Arachnid and Ryuku stand up, wondering what the hell it is. Mr. Arachnid, he stepped out. His eyes widen to see someone that he never thought that she will be alive. She's wearing black armor. I mean, not black, black and purple armor, but mostly violet purple. Her skin is similar to him. Her eye is violet purple. Her hair is literally a dark shade of purple. And Miss Arachnid's eye widened to see, like I said, someone that he never thought to see her again. Someone that he thought she died over 190 years ago. Is his mother. Not Nex? Yeah, Nex. NYX Nex. Oh, I said that name right? Forgive me. And Mr. Arachnid eyes widened and disbelief to see his mother alive. But also, there's a great joy in there. And he says, Mother? Hey, Israel. I'm back. I'm alive. And Mr. Arachnid just goes straight to hug his own mother. Like, he thought he would never see again. He thought she died. And the mother of Mr. Arachnid is happy to see her boy became a man, fully grown up, and see him how handsome man he became, and basically she's felt sorry that she left him and make him go through all this uh um trauma what he's been through. And of course, Mr. Arachnid does introduce his mother to his beloved, beautiful wife, Ryuko Hardy, and she actually happy to meet her daughter-in-law. And Mr. Arachnid says, "I think you should meet someone." And next, like, oh, and who that will be? You have a grandson. And that made her eyes wide of joy. She has a grandbaby. And she wants to see him. And she wants to know about him. And he tells her that his name is Kage, or Cage. So she's just happy that she has a grandson and she's going to meet him for the first time. And back in UA, the Class 1A versus Class 1B goes out the same, but Class 1A just motherwash because Cage, with his power and One for All, they basically soloed. After the whole, well, the Class 1A thing, and before the party, Class 1A, Class 1B, Cage gets a call from his dad while he was walking with his girl, the woman he loved, Momo, holding hands. And when Cage answered the phone, he's like, "Hey, Dad, what's up?" And his father tells him that he wants him to come over to the house. There's someone, that he wants him to meet. And Cage is like, okay, yeah, I'll be there. And he hangs up, and Momo was like, "Is everything okay, love?" Yeah, everything's okay, babe. It's just my dad wants me to come over to the house. He said there's someone who wants to meet me. Oh, I guess I'll catch up with you. Yeah. And she kissed him in the cheeks, like, but hurry back, cause we're about to have a celebrate with the Class 1B soon. Yeah, of course, babe. Love you. And she said, love you too. And she go ahead and walks back to the door where Cage goes to visit his parents' house. And Cage's mind is wondering, who could this person be? And who want to see me? As he arrived to his house, as he entered, he said, "Mom, Dad, I'm here. Who is this person that you guys want me to meet?" As he looked and see her, purple armored, same skin, glowing and violet purple, and her dark shade of purple. And Cage's eyes widened in disbelief, like he's seen a ghost. And he looks at his father as, Dad, is this who I think it is? And Mr. Arachnid smiles like, yes, son, this is your grandmother, Nex. And Cage is just lost for words. And when Nex sees Cage, her grandbaby, she is full of joy. She's like, oh my god, look at him pick some. You just like your daddy. You oh, have a grandbaby. And then she just hugs him like, oh, it's good to see you too, Grandma. Oh, God, you squeeze me. Grandma, you squeeze me. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, I'm just too excited that I have a grandbaby. Look at you. Look at you. Just a handsome man. Your father told me so much about you, and I'm so proud of you and the man you become. Like, I don't understand. How is this possible? Dad told me that you were dead. And she said, well, at first I thought I was, but I was trapped into this, well, it's complicated, but I have a few words with your father because I came here for something important. And Cage a bit confused of what do you mean? What's going on, Dad? And Mr. Arachnid tells him that he's he's going somewhere with his mother, Cage grandmother. Something important happened going on to his home world. They're basically Mr. Arachnid's home world where the cosmic entities born and live tells him that there's a civil war going on of my people, our people, and your grandma needs my help. So I'll be gone. I don't know how long, but I promise I will come back. And Cage is like, then let me come, Dad. Let me help. I'm stronger. I have one for all. I mean, I could. Like, no, Cage, you can't. You, your path is here, here, with your mother. I can't let you go. But Dad, like, Cage, I understand. Truly, you want to know our culture. You want to know our bloodlines, and you want to see our people. I get that, but you're not ready. What you're about to see, you're not that strong against someone, against anybody that is far stronger than you. There's a war, legit, can't speak, a silver war. I've been through wars before when I was your age. It wasn't pretty. I had to go. And I promise I will come back, and when this is all over, you will get to see your people. You will get to see and learn more of your culture and your people. I promise that, son. But I need you here with your mother. I'm counting on you. I'm trusting you, son. And I meant what I said. You became much more wiser man than I am. A better man. And I'm proud of you, no matter what. But what if you don't make it? What if you die? I don't know what to do without you. That no matter what happens to me, I will always be part of you. No matter what. Never forget that. And then he explains that, with him and his mother are basically the two powerful beings in their own way. And Cage was wanting to know, like, how? I can't even sense her energy. Are you sure this is the real her? And Nux, she'd smile and let's just say open up her power, not fully, but showing her energy. And Cage could feel the pressure of the energy. Like, the only way I could describe is like Yamamoto from Bleach when he uses Bankai, or when he uses Stare to bring the pressure to, bring down on people and the body just frozen stiff, and their body just being dragged down to the ground because of the pressure and the spiritual energy they just felt, and they just can't handle it. And when Yamamoto goes Bankai, they could feel the spiritual pressure was off the shard, and feeling that hot sweat dripping down. Well, in this one, Kage would feel a cold sweat instead of a heat. And I can see Kage would just fall to his knees, just holy shit. Learning that his grandmother is fucking powerful. He thought his father was the strongest, but when he felt his grandmother's energy, she's more fucking powerful than his father. That's saying something. Like, holy shit. As she calls off her energy, Kage is lost for words, felt the cold sweat, breathing heavily. He never felt that kind of energy. Yeah, now that makes sense. Cause in his mind, it's like if his people are that kind of level of strong, and there's a civil war going on of the empire, yeah, Kage is no match. But he understood, and before Mr. Arachnid said his farewell to his family, Ryuko says something to Mr. Arachnid before he leaves. And she tells him, Israel, you better come back. And I'm serious, because she grabbed his hand and placed in her belly. Kage eyes widening what she's about to say. Mom, are you? I'm pregnant, Israel. We're gonna have another child. And I need you to come back home for this child. And Kage eyes widen, like he's gonna have a sibling. Oh my god, he's gonna have a sibling. Like, Mom, when did... And Kage is lost for words. And Mr. Arachnid, his eyes widened. He's gonna have another child. And when Nex hears this, she's gonna have another grandbaby. And she excited, and she promised that she will bring her son back here for that child. And so Mr. Arachnid gives a hug and a kiss to his wife that he will come back. He'll promise. He always keeps his words. Then, before he leaves, he wants to give his son something. Something that basically once belonged to Jessica. Is Jessica web slinger. Her web shooter, the shoot at webs. He tells him, these web shooters basically belong to Jessica, your sister, and I think you should have it. What? You sure? Positive. I think you should use it, even though you kinda do have one for all. And Nexus noticed the energy from his nephew, like, that makes sense, but she wants to know more what is one for all. So basically, Miss Randa kind of explained what it is, that his son was born as quirkless, but All Might gives his quirk to him. Basically, he has multiple one quirk. So basically, yeah, that makes sense. No wonder I could felt that kind of level of energy and the power from within him. That makes sense now. So basically, the basic Kage gained a new equipment, which is a web shooter, but And spoiler, Kage has already unlocked the Black Whip along with Smokescreen. That's how they won. That's how Class 1B that's how Class 1A won because when Kage unlocked Float when he was in his 25%, he's now in 35%. And he already unlocked two quirks, Black Whip and Smokescreen. So yeah. Basically, you guys know what is going to happen. So yeah. But I think he would use some uses for the web swing, the web shooter for in the future. So yeah, as Mr. Arachnid leaves with his mother, as the portal closed, Kage is lost for words. He got to meet his grandmother, and bit sad that his father has to go. Oh, the news is not ended there. When Kage returned back to the dorm, when the classmates see him, Kirishima's like, "Oh, hey, buddy. Oh my God, are you okay? It's like you seen a ghost." And and Kaminari is like, "Yeah, man. What happened? We were told Momo, Yara told us you were visiting your dad. Is everything okay?" It's complicated, really complicated to discuss about. But I'll give you one. My mother is pregnant. I'm gonna have a sibling, and the boys and the girls basically congrats Kage for about to be a big brother. And then after that, both Momo and Kage have their talk alone in his room, and Kage explains what all happened. She listens, and she understood why that he wants to go, and at the same time, she's basically agreeing with Mr. Arachnid on this one. And so basically she's there to support him and be there by his side. And she does learn about Kage, like, about his raise, and that when they get to the age of 25, they don't age, they just stay there. Because Momo knows more of Kage now, basically everything about about his people, his race from his father, and that is something that Kage is kind of worry. Like he can't age, but Momo can, which is kind of unfair. Like he wants to be with Momo for the rest of his life. Without her, yeah, it's just not the same. He would just be empty without her. So that's something he's kind of worried when that day comes. But he doesn't want to think about that in the moment. So basically, the events for the League of Villains that plays out as usual. That doesn't change. I mean, Shigaraki still started will become the new successor of All for One. Still, and All Might, he's still the symbol of peace. He's still the number one hero. So that doesn't change one bit. And of course, Endeavor. I think Endeavor would have a war with All Might like the original, and I think Endeavor would try to be a better person if he wants to become the number one hero or something like that. Everyone got their hero license, which Kage actually does. Um, what else? Um, Season 5 plays out the same for the League of Villains. In the Christmas party, this is where Kage would get the news from his mother. she gives Kage a file, and they see that they're going to adopt Eri. So Eri is going to be a Eri Hardy, and she's going to be the baby sister to Kage Tatsuma, which is Kage is glad that he's going to have a baby sister, which means that he's wondering if he's going to have a baby brother or another sister, which Kage wouldn't mind to have two sisters, but we're just had to wait and see. So basically, everything goes out as well, so to speak. Until season 6, the Liberation War happens. Let's just say this kind of changed a lot. So basically, thing, since we have All Might, damn quickly. But All Might's time limit is basically more than just 3 hours. Since 3 hours, so he didn't go all out like he did. So he still could go in his butt form for 3 hours. So since Kage is gonna be with Team S-Shot, and All Might will be on Endeavor. So basically, instead of called Team Endeavor, it was just called Team All Might, since All Might is still around. And before the war even happened, Kage and Deku kind of let the teacher, because they think they should tell them, since thank God Kage's father is gone. Otherwise, if he was here and he heard this, he might try to hurt Midoriya. So, for once, okay, thank God my dad is not here, because he had the hissy fit. And Kage basically tells Deku about that. You lucky my dad was here. If he was here and he heard all this, he will try to hurt you, because he doesn't like anyone who follows All For One, like legit badly, because All For One killed my elder sister before I was even born, before all of us were born. So it's personal. And Deku's face went pale and also relief. So when Deku and Kage explained to both the principal, Nezu, Aizawa, All Might, and the Chisaki, not Chisaki, Tsukuyuchi, there you go, that's the name. When they explained that Deku was a UA trader, and he explained that both Deku and Kage explained that Deku wanted to do the right thing. He wants to get help. He wants to tell the cops and some of the pro heroes, but he was being watching. He couldn't do nothing. He was threatening. They threatened his life, but mostly his mother's life. So basically, he was told if he ever encounters All Might or Mr. Arachnid, they will kill his mother and they will make him watch. And All Might felt disgusted by this. He recognized Midori now. Is that same boy he crushed his dream, and he felt guilty. And all this time is the boy that wants to become a hero was seeking help because he was in All For One's grip and he couldn't do nothing. So he was doing the right thing, but he was trapped. He didn't know what to do. So Aizawa want to expel Deku. That we can't. Even though what he did was wrong, but at least he tried to report to everyone about it. But he didn't have a choice. They forced him. He chose this. They forced him to do this. So Nezu, even though he felt disappointed, but at the same time, All Might is right. But we can cannot just throw him away because we basically gonna need his help if he wants to prove himself that he wants to be a hero. Help them win this war. Since Deku does have the intelligence of every single member of the leagues and know their plans, so to speak. So Deku is basically their best option at this point. They should know about the league. So basically, if they get rid of Deku now, then they just lost their opportunity. So Deku is the key to finding the league if he knows any information about them. So basically, how will this play out? With Team All Might, pretty smoothly. And with Shigaraki, that's going to be difficult. Shigaraki will actually become more powerful than All Might in this, which All Might's going to have a very difficult to fight. And Team Eshot, pretty smoothly. Pretty much easier, because Kage is involved, and with a Gentomachia involved, I think Kage actually will stop Gentomachia pretty damn easily. And the rest of the league of the Venom basically like, well, they're fucked. Legit, they're definitely fucked. Which means Midnight doesn't die, and before the league's about to get arrested, Dobby suggests this one simple thing. And Cage like, and that is as Dobby dyed his hair white, that he wants to see his father, Endeavor. And Cage was like, wait a fucking minute. And he knew something seemed so fucking familiar about him. Like blue eyes, blue flame. Like, how did he not thought of this? It makes sense. So he wanted to see his father. But he basically already won because, well, the guy with the computer, yeah, the whole world knows about Dobby existing being Toyo Todoroki, the son of Endeavor, the first elder son, and revealing the dark truth of Endeavor. And he just wanted to see his father one last time. And basically, the villains on Eshot's side get arrested pretty much easier since Cage is involved. So what choice do they have? Because I mean, we're talking about a kid just stopped fucking Gentomachia. So yeah, there's that. And plus, like I said, Midnight didn't die in this scenario. And when Cage arrived and the fight stopped, and he's holding Dobby, and Endeavor was shouted toward Dobby, and Cage explains that your son wants to see you. And when he sees the white hair of Dobby, there's no fucking way, that is not my kid. And Dobby basically tells him, oh, it is, Dad. Do you not recognize your own flesh and blood? Didn't recognize the eye and the flames? Really? Let me ask you this. Did y'all even find my body? Like, and Todoroki is there? Yeah. Their eyes widened. And then Dobby basically explained, well, good luck dealing with the reporters because I just exposed your ass of everything you have done to the whole world. So, my job is done. I don't need to beat you. I just won. And Cage can confirm that he's not lying. because he could tell if that's someone if he's lying or not. And basically, Dobby is basically like handcuffed and can't do shit. Basically, Cage have him in a black whip, so to speak, and basically he gives it to Aizawa to cancel his quirk so he doesn't do anything stupid. And All Might is still facing up against Shigaraki. So Cage basically joins in the fight to help All Might because he's steaming badly. So thankfully Cage comes in and All Might's like, "That's a save, young Hardy. And glad you got here the nick of time. There, rest up, All Might. I'll handle it from here." And the fight between Cage and Shigaraki, since Shigaraki hasn't unlocked the rest of the power of All for One, because this is the guy who just woke up in the middle of the fight. So, in the middle of a war. So, Cage actually ends Shigaraki right then and then. Even though he didn't want to kill Shigaraki, but he's dead in this scenario much earlier. So basically, the war is over, the heroes won, and well, except Endeavor, because Dobby actually won. So Endeavor is gonna have to deal with a lot of reports, and the city needs to be rebuilt. It's just like one simple city that just needs to be repaired thanks to Shigaraki's decay. So that happened. All the members of the League of Villains, all the villains of the Liberation get arrested, and there's some people, some villains should go to like a villain rehab to if they want to start over, like Toga and Twice, for example, of their condition. Twice, splitting personality disorder, and Toga has blood control, whatever. So basically, in this scenario, you would think that Hawks would kill Twice, but no. I take that back. I forgot. Twice dies. So, damn it. I thought I could change that shit. Never mind. I guess Twice is still dead regardless. But with Toga, no, I think she is going to go into Tartarus because she will actually go complete ape shit. So I guess no member of the leagues are getting a rehab. Whoops, I scratch all of that. My mistake. So basically, every member of the League of Villains will get sent to Tartarus, which means no breakouts, no jail outbreak, and all the villains or stay locked up. But in this scenario, Dobby still lives. So yeah. And Aizawa doesn't lose his eye and a leg. So that's a good thing. So basically, no one gets injured, no one gets killed. Just straight up. So basically, the Liberation War ended in basically season 6. There's no season 7. And so basically everything's sort of back to normal, but there's a lot need to be rebuilt. So basically all the class 1A and the rest of the students are going back to their day-to-day lives in school and also helping out of rebuilding the city, helping them out. Even though there are some pro heroes are willing to help, And this did caught attention other countries like American and other countries also wanted to help Japan to rebuild the city, make it a lot more easier. And it only took them, well, let's just say every single class 1A students are basically just lived their lives for the past 3 years since, well, no, I'm talking about 2 years because they're still in their first year. So let's time skip to 2 years later that class 1A are in their third year and it's their final year and it's their last day of school and they're about to graduate. Families and friends arrive. Ryuko is there holding her 2-year-old baby, which is a baby girl named Jessica. So she has a similar skin color like her father. Her eyes is, well, similar eye color of like her grandmother. So, and she does have a jet black hair like her father, but a little mixture of a blonde like her mother. It's basically like a combination, like black hair, like a bit of a black hair, no, like the whole black hair and a bit of a blonde underneath. So, and some up top. So, that's basically her. And once Kage is graduated, a portal opens right in front of him after the graduation. His father and his grandmother have returned. Kage dropped everything and rushed to his dad in tears that he missed him so much for 2 years. 2 fucking years. And Kate and Miss Arachnid was also happy to see his son. And the fact that he got back in the nick of time to see him graduate. When Ryuko sees her husband back, she goes to him. And when he sees her, he approaches her, kisses her, and sees his new baby child, a baby girl. She tells him that her name is Jessica, and that made his heart skip a beat. She named their daughter after his first child. And when he sees his daughter's eye, similar eye color like his mother, and have mixture of jet black and blonde hair similar to his and the mother. And when next sees that she has a granddaughter, but Miss Arachnid gets Ryuko tells, well, technically you have two granddaughters. We adopt one right after you two left. Eri, sweetie, as Eri approached, who's basically now like, how old is Eri? Like she was like what, 3? No, 5, something like that. So 2 years later, she's 7 or 8 years old. So basically, they adopt Eri. So basically, Next has 3 grandkids: a older grandson, a 8-year-old adopted granddaughter, even though she's a human, but granddaughter nonetheless, and a 2-year-old baby granddaughter. She's basically the happiest grandmother of her life. And she wants to hold her baby her baby granddaughter, Jessica. So she actually get the chance to hold her, and she's just so happy to see her baby granddaughter. And she headed to Mr. Arachnid, and Mr. Arachnid is happy to have not one but 2 daughters, one adopted one and an actual daughter in blood. So, and Mr. Arachnid tells Kage and his mother that they actually won the war is over, and after the war they kind of rebuild the kingdom and the empire. Everything was back what it was. And after the whole graduation thing, Kage explained what all happened. There was a war break out when you were left, but we managed to won the war here as well. When he heard about this, like legit, he was just gone, and then a war happened here with the League. But when they learned that Kage and All Might were the one actually defeat Shigaraki, they brought peace. But the city is almost done fully back rebuilding itself because it took them 2 years, but made it a lot more faster. So basically, they will finish it next year. So they will be done next year. So Kage, since he's in his third year and he's 16, he's 18. So Mr. Arachnid kind of missed his 2nd birthday. And next is kind of sad that, well, I kind of missed the birthday now. Damn. So basically, after all that, let's just say for the past few days or weeks or so, Next wants to spend some time with her grandson, her grandbaby. And so basically, Kage started to get to know more about his culture, more about his people, his family bloodline, and learned that about his grandfather is not uh, like uh, like the grandmother. His grandfather is more of a uh, human and Aquarian. More great, I can't remember. I'm just gonna roll with it. And Cage is wondering, like, how in the world a living person managed to marry you? No offense, but how? And she explained, well, your grandfather, we were on a mission. Well, we thought at first we were enemies until we both came in for the same thing, same goal. We worked together, we got to know each other, and we kind of hit it off. he he had his charm. That's why I like so much about him. But he was kind of a dork. He's kind of cute. And Cage's like, huh? Like, my grandfather was a dork? Well, to be fair, I was also a dork, but I guess we were meant to be. We got together, got married, and then, well, we had your dad. So, yeah. And, oh, there's something I wanted to give you. I forgot to give you this on your graduation. She pulls out, which is like a necklace, a shape of a crescent moon. And Cage was wondering, what's this, Grandma? She explains about what this necklace is. It was passed down to her from his great grandmother. And she actually tells Cage about more about the empire and the kingdom, and that she is a descendant of a, well, technically the king. Explain about the ruler of the empire. And Cage is Cage royal blood. So basically, he has a kingdom back home, back home. Not even though Cage was born in the world of My Hero, but in his people's home, he has a kingdom there. So Cage is as whiting. He's a royal blood. And his family are royalty. But they're not like the sit back, lay back type of person. They're more fighting head on. They're more like a warrior than just a royalty. But yeah, Cage is a royal blood. So Cage is dumbfounded. completely lost for words. And until next says, by the way, who's this Momo girl that you're thinking of? How did you? How you didn't even touch my head? Like, sweetie, your father may able to go through your memory by touching your head, but to me, I don't need to. And sorry, you kind of let your mind open. You need to learn to keep that well hidden and well guard. Sorry if I invade your privacy. I was just curious. So who's this Momo girl? Well, you see, Grandma, she's my girlfriend, and I loved her. And she's like, oh, tell me about her. What's she like? Kage explains about how they met, how they both were uncomfortable to be open up with people and kind of shy, until one of their friend named Jiro, she kind of helped Momo out to be open up to people more, and Jiro kind of helped him to open up to people and open up his feelings to her. So they actually got together. So basically, um, next is actually can't help it but giggle and actually happy that her grandbaby has someone that he cared and loved so much. It reminded of herself when she so loved her beloved husband so much that she would do anything for him. Even though he can defend himself, even though odds are against his favor. But that didn't stop him from trying to protect those he cared and loved and protecting her, a powerful goddess, so to speak. Basically, and when Kage tells Momo about that something he did not learn from his father, he tells her that he's actually a royal blood. He heard it. He got to know that from his grandmother. So from another world, my father's home planet, his birthplace, they have a kingdom of empire, and him and his family are royalties. She is shocked. Like, she didn't know that. Like, Keisha's like, neither did I. I did not know I was royal blood. I guess my dad didn't want to talk about it because, well, my grandmother said, we're more of a warrior fighting time instead of just be more of a royalty and ruler, so to speak. So, I guess. So, basically, next year, which is Cage's 20th birthday, Mr. Arachnid and Nick, they want to surprise him. So, and Kage just wondered if Momo could come along because, well, they were both planning on going together for his birthday, and he did get a approval from Momo's parents, and there's a reason. So Kage pulls out like a small box to front of both his family, his dad, his grandmother, and his mother. They know what he's thinking, and they both nod and allow it. So Kage puts it back in his pocket. Kage brings Momo with him, and where they're heading is the kingdom, Mr. Arachnid's home birth, his home place. Kage eyes widened to get to see his kingdom, his people, his culture, his blood, like his race. He wants to know everything about his people, everything. And when the word gets out that the son of Mr. Arachnid, or aka Israel Hardy, has arrived. So basically, when they see, well, the royalties, Nexus, Israel, and Kage, they basically bowed to them. but mostly Kage, because he is a royalty. He is lost for words. I mean, even though he's not a fan, but at the same time, he's lost for words. You get to know everything about his people, and Kage is like finally get to see everything, his race, his everything, until, well, a sunset rising. And when Kage entered the kingdom, the castle, I think this is where Kage wants to have a word with Momo. And Kage was like, Momo, we've been through so much. We've been through together. We're fought alongside. And now we're grown as an adult. I cannot be even more happy to be with a woman I love. And on his one knee, Momo's eyes widen. She covers her mouth. Kage pulls out a small box and asks, Momo Yarozu, as he opens, showing a wedding ring, will you marry me? And Momo nodded yes, that she will marry him. And Miss Miranda is like away from not being the scene. He is just smiled and proud. And next is just like overjoyed and happy. And the word gets out that Kage Hardy, the son of Israel Hardy, and Nexus Hardy are they announce that he is getting to a human from another world, and they are praising him, congratulating him, in a respectful manner, which Kage actually would be a good idea. And he was wondering if it's okay with his grandmother, since she is kind of like the ruler here, if she could bring his friends, his family over here. Was she actually okay with it? So basically, the wedding plan is happening, and Kage and Momo got married, and they had a married in the kingdom of, well, the cosmic entity of the home planet. And after that, even though Kage wants to stay this kingdom, but his home is with, the MHA world. So they understand. Same goes for Israel Hardy, but Nexus remain here. She will come and visit time to time. And she's also cannot wait to meet her great grandkids, from her grandson. So basically, years goes by. Kage is at the age of 25, and Momo is at the same age as well. Both of them had 3 kids of their own. The first child is a boy they name Jayko, Jayko. Second is a baby girl. Second child is a girl. They name her. I'm trying to think of one. Ruby, because when she was growing, she has a bright red eye, so they name her Ruby. And for Jayko, he has similar eye color like his mother. And their third child is basically another baby boy, a young one. And they name him, well, they name him, I'm trying to think of one, Seto. And Seto has, well, a blue eye, glowing blue eye like Israel. So they have 3 kids and they had a happier life, and Kage still has one for all. So Kage is basically the new number 1 hero. Since years has gone by, All Might has retired after the both rebuilding and helping the heroes fight alongside, etc. So yeah, Kage is basically the new number one hero. So yeah, and that's the end of the scenario of what if Mr. Arachnid was Kage Tatsuma's father instead. So yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social medias will be down below the description box. You guys know the drill. Links to my cat to support the channel. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Kneel before shout out Critias, and I'll see you guys later.